Hi, 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 hi. Welcome everybody to Xuanzang's Tower. Uh, Many of my friends who I just saw 10 minutes ago are here from Sedona College of International Management. So I just want to extend a special welcome to all of the students who will be joining us these days from the Sedona College of International Management, where they are training to become DCI global teachers. By the way, if you have any interest in becoming a DCI teacher, Sedona College of International Management offers a really great training program. Talk to Seiji Arao if you're interested. Uh, so welcome you guys. Thank you for making the journey from that Zoom call to this Zoom call. We have two exciting classes for you today. First, we have Gibson, who you just saw as well, and then myself. Uh, so we're ready to study together. Is Geshe Michael here?
Yeah, hi, handsome. Can you
Hey
hear
there.
me?
I do.
Can
I
you
hear
hear
you.
me? Okay, I got news, man.
Uh-oh.
It's a boy.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Grandpa
Wonderful.
again.
He was born half hour ago.
Wow.
Whoa. Just in time for you to get to mix nuts.
But he didn't come to class. I'm kind of irritated.
I've been worried about this kid, he hasn't shown
I
up
thought
for
it was
class.
gonna be special, but now I realize it's just normal.
Let's give him a few hours to realize the importance of these ancient texts.
Yeah, they gotta count his fingers and all that stuff. Anyway, congratulations to my
Yeah,
godson.
amazing.
Uh,
Send them my love.
who's up today? That's
Really.
good.
Yeah,
This is Gibson.
Hey, here.
Yeah, here.
Teacher Gibson.
I don't see you, Teacher Gibson.
Wait a minute.
There he is.
Where are you? Finally, finally.
Oh, Gaga.
Where?
In Gaga.
Gaga, Gaga.
Really? Oh, all right then.
All right.
You look like a scholar today. You look like Shenzhen's brother. Uh,
Wait.
hey, you got a homework ready for us?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me share my screen.
Teacher.
Okay. So right now we are at the part that Zizong Kaba tried to explain the three characteristics in the Maoli school. There's a Beidun, the metaphor, and what the metaphor referred to. Okay, so today's question only one, but this question have the three parts. Tell me each one of the metaphor referring to. The first one is the flower growing in the thin air.
That's a kuntak.
That's a kundak. So what is the Western Chinese for flower growing in the thin air?
Namke Meto.
Yeah, namke. So what is the common translation that is wrong? Mistaken.
Sky
Yeah,
Skylark,
sky flower.
Like the Skyflower Boutique in Colorado.
Yeah. True. Let me see. Okay. So flower growing in the thin air, namke made to illustrate the imaginary thing, gunda, and its corresponding lack of nature, which is called the lack of any definitive nature. So Jason Kaba is trying to write a very difficult book. This subject is trying to figure out what does Buddha really mean when he, in the first turning of the wheel, say everything exists, and second turning of the wheel, say everything doesn't exist, doesn't come from its own side. So there's a Bodhisattva asks the question. And in the time of the Buddha and in the time of the Jason Kaba, they use the different term, but they are referring to the same thing. Okay. Jason Kaba referred the Tening Oni Mepa, the lack of any definitive nature to as a kunda. Okay. So if you want to catch what's going on in the class, so you can know these two terms as the same meaning. And it is used not to illustrate something that is simply impossible in the universe, or rather than to illustrate something that can only exist as a product of imagination. In our previous class, Geshe said, imagine the flower in front of you, and they don't need any sea and water and no soil. Okay, so even to picture it, you have to imagine it. So they compare the flower growing in the thin air as a gunda. Okay.
Cool.
So what is the magic tree referred to?
Shenwang?
Xianwang, yeah.
Oh,
Xianwang. So the magic tree refer to the cause thing in the Mayan school cause thing, and it's corresponding to the lack of any nature of growing. So Shenwang and Gewang Ngoni Mepa, they are same thing. Okay. And Jason Kappa notes that he will explain this comparison later in the text.
yeah.
Yeah. How about the space?
Yongju.
Neonjuk. Okay. So space is Nanka, and it's referred to the Yongjuk, totality. Totality means the emptiness in the Maoli school, meaning you take a Shenwang, everything with the cause, and you take out, subtract with the imaginary thing, and you got the equation, you got the result. And that result is their emptiness in the Maoli school. So it's a lack of any nature of being ultimate. These two refer to the same thing. So they use the space to refer the emptiness in my own school. Space is not a distance between you and refrigerator or the blue sky. It's a space that a coffee cup occupies. And we compare this to emptiness. So emptiness is a lack of something that could come from its own side. And the space is lack of something like physical thing, like obstruction. Yeah. So both of them are absent of something. Something is not there. Something physical is not there. We call it space. And something that could come from its own side, which is not there, we call that emptiness, yongzhu. Okay. Yeah. Okay, 3 vocabulary. What is Tangjie Du Songwang?
Everything that was?
When, yeah.
Yeah, it's relate to the emptiness and the space.
Oh, extends everywhere.
Yeah, it stands everywhere or cover everywhere.
Oh, nice.
Meaning space and emptiness is covered everywhere. Okay. And Gunwat Deba. Gundep.
Underestimate.
Underestimate.
Yeah.
Underrate?
Do you know why in this context we have this Gundep showing up here?
Because you don't want to underrate Shenwangs and think they have no nature of their
So
own.
we are in the
By
context trying to have a discussion about in those 3 characteristics, what is real, what is not real, which one does exist, which one does not exist. Okay. So let's say if you say the C cause relationship and the emptiness is not exist, then you are basically going what depth then, and something will happen. And this is what we are going to talking about today. And what is topa here?
I erase.
Recording.
Race.
About time.
10, yeah, usually means
Story
a
says
10.
that too.
Yeah.
Usually means it's
Here they have a very unique usage. They say if you gunwa depth something, you are basically toba. If you have this kind of view, dawa, then you are toba to something that doesn't exist.
Oh,
You're
oh,
achieving
right.
something that doesn't exist.
Kind of belief or holding to or something.
Mount to.
mountain.
Oh, it amounts
Amounts
to,
to.
I see.
Yeah,
Mm.
good,
Yeah,
right.
and we are going
Yeah.
to have toba today.
Your
Ooh.
English is in danger.
Yeah, thank you. All right, here's my translation draft.
Can you read?
Yeah. Chào đề, răng kỳ tên kỳ mà rụp bà tawa, ngô ni, sen ni là gun đẹp in tu chuk. Giang, gunda là gun đẹp su chita kyu nyan na.
Good. Let's look at the translation. Suppose this is the case, Kelte, Rangitani Madru Batawa. Yeah, someone holds the view that things do not exist by their own definitions, thereby underestimating the existence of things. Okay, going up to Chukyan. Yeah, this Chuk is a bit difficult. We'll talk about it. Kundala Kunda. Good. Okay, good. Yinda Chuk is an idiom in Tibetan, and it means so even suppose we allow that. Even suppose we allow that here is the fastest reading fourth grader in Arizona, but still we have to explain why he didn't finish The Hobbit on time. Okay, I got it. I got you. That's a good translation.
Okay.
Gibson, you want to read the next one too?
All right. Ngô ni sen ni, răng kỳ tên kỳ mẹp na, thế ni mẹp bà kiêu là, để ta na, gunda gu bê si thang gu bà bồ y, ta ni giang mẹp bê gunda ye mê tu gu wê chiro.
Yeah, let's see. Ngoni Shenyi and Rangitiniki Mela. If these two natures, what's the Shen?
Shen, the other two.
Yeah, the other two. If these other two natures didn't exist by their own definition, then they could never exist at all. And if they did not, there'd be no foundation on which imaginary things are imputed. Good. And no term for one that apply. No term that one would apply to the imaginary thing. Because of that, the imaginary thing becomes something that never existed. Yeah, if there's nothing to name and there's no name to give it, then what we call imaginary things wouldn't exist at all. They couldn't even be imaginary. Right? Okay, good. How do you take this to the pot on the stove, Gibson? That's Grandpa's question.
Yeah, we need to have a space to have the shape and color, also have a space for something to impute on.
Yeah, you got to have, when we say impute in English, we mean verbally, give it a name, but in the pot on the stove, what's the name? The picture. Yeah, the mental picture. The pictures coming out of the seeds are the name in this case. And then what they apply to is the silver color and the black color. So if you say that all the elements of this kind of object are only imaginary, then there would be no name to give to no thing to receive the name. And that would be zero. There wouldn't be anything there. Okay, cool. So even Shenwang's, even Kundak things need to have a real object that you're giving a name to, and they have to have a real name to give to the object. Okay. And in this, and don't forget in Buddhism, name means mental picture. It does not mean a verbalization. All right. Next.
Yeah, the last, okay.
Who's gonna read this one?
Let me see. Who want to read? Let me know.
Yeah, Gibson was one of the first boys I had, and now I got a new one.
Kentaro. Otodo.
This sentence,
Yeah. Data.
data yang Eta yang gong le la le les
Okay.
照嘞，
le 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 ke gong ke shapazap
要
mo
把啥？
zapasa mo yanda pa jitaraba jitsuratsumi shete chostela mo kya chodita tam ka
康介，
kanni kanti
康介，yeah，
kanji ngo bo ni me pa ho na yeb no
Good.
chodita tam kanni
康
ma
介，
tanjenni ma shepa
马杰巴，
makepa ko no
yeah，
kon oma ga gagpa ko no
那哦，yeah，
now zomanes shibako
西瓦科那哦，
shibako now ranjiki yon sumya ganle
2年嘞，
nyangenle de pako na oshe ko
日期，
koki
日
don
期，
chuki don la shugura ji
在执行，
dajishi ko na ngo pa shepa yedo.
写到
Thank
，Hey,
you.
Kentaro. Hey, Kentaro, you took the longest sentence in the whole book. By the way, we hope to see you in October, okay? So that's the answer to your email. Okay. Okay, let's go. Data young Bongale. Also the point being made in the content. Good. And then the whole next paragraphs, the couple paragraphs are quotations from Dodi Gongja, which is the book called What I Really Meant, the sutra called What I Really Meant, which is the birth of the mind only school. Ne Dongte Shepa. That in itself is a sentence, Gibson. 1, 2, 3, 5 syllables is a sentence.
OK，
Go-
my true intent of the explanation I gave，
No, I will what? I will shape on my gomba.
oh, I will explain my true intent.
Yeah, let me tell you what I really meant.
Oh,
Okay,
OK，
let me tell you what I really meant. All right, then it should be a pause there. I'll tell you what I really meant, which is not what he really meant. Okay, just typical teacher. Samo yandapa jitawa shindu ratimishite. You feel funny in the tongue, and yet you cling to the words chidila mukin, chididatamche. It's just says none of these things at all happen that you
I
yeah,
don't know how to translate like Kona O. Please keep
yeah.
repeating.
I like the none is okay. The none is okay. Yeah, he keeps saying kona at the end of the sentence, which just means nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Okay. Depona ni means suchness. De kona you know. Chedi dak tamje tamje ni makiapa kona. Good. Evergross. And magapa kona.
好哎，都忘了。
Samane Shiwa only. Yeah, peace from the very beginning. Shinki knows on knowing the demo by the very nation of Gumbi understand grief. You only made good. Okay. These I think it's 5, right? They're very, 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 very famous. Ngoni Mepakona, Kamjeni Makepakona, Magapakoma, Samane Shiwa, But these are very, very standard in that sutra. They keep repeating it over and over again. All of them never started. All of them never stopped. All of them have been peace from forever. All of them are nothing else than nirvana itself. Okay. But you are taking these words, cling to these words just as they were spoken. Good. Okay, good. Good. All right. Dajishimba. Dajishimba. What's da?
Sound.
Sound. And jishimba means as it is. In other words, you're taking the word literally. You're taking it as it sounds. And it's a criticism. You know, don't take things the way they seem. Okay. All right, good. Cool. Good translation, Gibson.
Last one.
Oh, we got one more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose someone to read, and then you
Yeah.
playing with them.
Dodo.
Excited.
대닥시 대나 취 탐제라 매발 따와 당 체니 매발 따와 텃바 귤때 매발 따와 당 체니 매발 따와 텁네 경 취 탐제라 체니 탐제키 꿀바 뎁때 꿀와 뎁때 취남키 끈닥배 체니라양 꿀와 뎁 꿀와 뎁 취남키 셴키 왕키 체니탕 용수 주배 체니라양 꿀와 뎁소.
Nice. Don't cry. It's beautiful, but it's all right. Dena shi dena. Yeah. Starting from this point, that's fine. It would amount to adopting the view that nothing exists. So good. And Seni Mepa, nothing has any characteristics. Good. That kopa, you translated it nicely. And that's one of your words in your vocabulary, maybe. Yeah, this amounts to the same thing. Top means to achieve, but in this book on interpreting, it means it amounts to the same thing. Okay, so it's a strange use of the word top, which means to achieve something. Comes to the same thing. Mepatawa dan seni mepatawa tobne. Once you reach the point of adopting the view that nothing exists at all, or that nothing has any characteristic of its own, good. Then one would be underestimating the existence of all things. Okay. One would also be underestimating all the existence of having measured things. Yeah. The point is this one. There's three characteristics of the mind-only school, which is Kundak, Shenwang, and Yongdru, right? Kundak, what's Shenwang? Changing things that grew from something else. They are, what do you call it? They are
Other path.
Dominated by their causes. The cause is the boss, the result is the employee. Okay. And results are dominated by their causes. That's Shenwang. And then you got what's the second one? Shenwang, Yongda, just named, right?
Gunda.
Kundak, just named things. What's that? Imaginary things? Like empty space and like self-existence. There are two kinds of named things. Some exist, some don't exist. Okay. And then the third one, totality, the emptiness you get when you subtract one from the other, something like that. And what he says here is the point he's making is that if you underestimate, if you say that the pot on the stove that got the name, if you say that neither one exists, okay, the process of naming itself, named things, kuntak, imaginary things, if you say there's no imaginary things, then you can't have the other two attributes either. And that's kind of a radical statement if you think about it. Okay. If there's no such thing as the silver and the black being called the name of pot, then you can't have emptiness and you can't have imaginary things either. It's very interesting. Okay. If things can't be named, you can't have cause and effect and you can't have emptiness. If one of the three characteristics is impossible, the other two can't be possible either. If naming is not possible, then it's impossible to have no naming, or okay, something like that. It's a very beautiful statement. If one of those three attributes is missing, then the other two can't be there either. Okay. If naming is canceled, everything has to be canceled. Okay, it's kind of cool. All right, let's go to Super Grandpa. Now I have Sambal.
Sambal.
Sambao, three grand jewels.
Oh,
Oh.
now I'm a Sambal the Yeye. Right?
Yeah.
Jewel Grandpa. Share my screen and shut up. Okay, I will. Okay, people, grandpas brag. What can you do? I think we're here. Chi-Chi or Sheena, can I say Gibson?
Let me see. Yeah.
Yeah, if you discount the possibility that things are named with pictures, meaning names, then you're discounting emptiness and imaginary things as well. You're discounting imaginary things if you say things cannot be named.
Constants?
And constant. Yeah, both. Yeah. So anyway, okay, this killer sentence gets in. Who do you not like?
Let me see. Yinghui.
Thank you, teacher. 대치 철새나 돈담 양답파
Gibson, you got the plane.
Okay.
디타 셴기 왕기 체니당 용수 죽배 체니 유나니 쿤딱배 체니 갱 랍두 셰파르 큐르나 테라 강딱 셴기 왕기 체니당 용수 죽배 체니라 체니 메파 동와 대탁기 니 쿤딱배 체니라 양쿠르파 따빠 인페 철대 대다웨나 대탁니 체니 남파 숨찰라 양쿠르파 대파 셰자오 셰소.
Whoa. Great job, Byron.
Thank you.
Okay. Gibson, Chi-Chi or Shima?
Why is that?
Yeah, why do you say that? And then Dundam Yanda Par.
Bodhisattva Paramata Samugata, who asked the question.
I think this is addressing the Bodhisattva who asked him all the tough questions. Okay. Jida Shingi Wangi Tseni Dang. Let's take the characteristic called Shenwang.
The costing.
Costings. And let's take the characteristic called Yongdu.
The totality.
Which means emptiness.
Emptiness.
Right? If they exist, then you can have kuntaks.
Imaginary thing.
You can have imaginary things only if the other two parts of the equation are there. You take all changing things, subtract all imaginary stuff from them, meaning self-existence, and you arrive at emptiness. If there wasn't any, if one of those three parts of the equation is missing, then the other two parts could not attain. They couldn't be there. Okay. Yunani. So yeah. Now, if you're one of those guys who says that there's no valid definition of Shenwang,
The costing,
things, and you say there's no valid definition of Yongdrums,
the emptiness.
basically emptiness things, then how can you say then there are imaginary? Okay. You got to have those two to have the imaginary. Okay. Then what's happening is this book is big on, say, Kundap and Kondo. Kundap and Jondo. That means
Overestimating and underestimating.
Yeah, Kundap means underestimate. Something really does exist, and you say it doesn't exist. Something really does exist, and you say it doesn't exist. That's Kundap. Kundap and what's the other one?
Chongdo.
Which means
Overestimate.
you overestimate. You give it some existence that it never had. You give it some quality that it never had. Okay. And now he's saying, and by the way, the study of Chang'e, which is what we're learning in this book, how to interpret the Buddha, you don't underestimate and you don't overestimate. You got to take a middle way. Okay? So he says, if you say you could have any one of the three without the other, if you could have any of the, if you say you could have the two without the one, then you are underestimating my system. Okay, who said that? Lord Buddha. Therefore, I say you need sumchar.
All of the three.
Yeah, char means all three. Sumchar means all three. If you kundap one of them, if you say any one of the three characteristics is not real, then you're saying the other two can't be real either. Okay, if you discount any one of the three characteristics or the three categories of existence, then what you're really doing is saying the other two can't exist either. Without names, there can be no normal changing things. Without names, there can be no absence of true existence. Okay, got it? If you underestimate any one, you underestimate all three. All right, you damage the system if you think any of those is non-existent. Okay. Even imaginary things is an existent category. Okay, you gotta recognize that. Okay, because that's how everything is in your normal world anyway. All right, who's next, Gibson? You look like a professor today. I don't know what. Okay. Yeah, we just had a
It's an
university.
imaginary thing.
Your wife's real.
Geshe, can you pick someone from the studio?
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll pick a number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, come on, you ready? We got a new.
Been a while since I've done Wiley.
You
My
said-
goodness gracious. I hear.
Yeah, this is the new assistant boss of the midnight book club effort. Okay,
Done la
wait. Don't mumble like a New Yorker. Done.
Jun la gra chi shindu shenshe pe gladu ngowo nime pardon
Good. Done Bay.
pedo peo pipe
Bay.
pedo dele totam chadon dampa lanshin lito
Good. Dong He Dong.
pawang ngowo nidang rangi san niki tongshe sungpa namyin lade dakla jitar zan pada zinpa ni grab Jishin Bado Pe Luxo.
Wow. Okay. That's a New York character. Let's do the end because that's important and it's easy. Da Jishimba Dupe Luxo. Say da. Jishimba Dupe Luxo. Da Jishimba means what? Something.
Literal.
Yeah, we are meant to take what the Buddha said literally. So in the study of Change, interpreting what the Buddha said, Daja Shinba means take it as the words say. Okay. Why? When we say take it as the word says, if we say you are taking it, this Shamba implies what, Gibson?
To attach or to believe, but it is wrong.
Yeah, Shen means you hanker. Now there's a new word for you, Gibson. You feel like it should be that way, but it's not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take things to be literal, okay, then in the Johnny Ngoni Mepa Tumbe Do Dele, if we take the sutras which taught that things had no essence of their own, what turning of the wheel?
Second.
Second, Heart Sutra, Diamond Cutter Sutra, stuff like that. So then Chitamje, those books said, Chitamje Dunda Barangshigi Tomba. All entities are empty of existing by nature in an ultimate way. Okay? Done. And therefore they have no essence, Loni, and therefore they have no qualities of their own. They are empty of those two things. Okay. And do you take those literally? Do you take those teachings literally?
That's the question.
Right? Yeah, that's the question of the whole sutra. Are we meant to take the second turning of the wheel literally? Okay. That's the whole question. And there's a system which says, yeah, Drajishin, take them literally.
Take it. Yeah.
But some of those guys might say that when you take the Heart Sutra or the Dhammapada Sutra literally, you are supposed to believe that nothing's real at all. And that's their version of literal. So it's not the case that everyone who takes the second turning of the wheel to be the real turning of the wheel is not making a mistake. Because some people thought it was literally meant that nothing exists. Yeah. Okay? Got it. Okay. Thank you. Do you want that victim to choose the next victim?
Yeah. Thank
That's
you.
what you're doing in this room. This is a way to get popular. Jacqueline. Yeah. You want to do the cursor?
Shenwang Dongyong
Yeah, you gotta move the cursor.
Shenwang Dongyong Drup Kitani
Seni.
Teni Lesen Ni Nepal Tongwa Ni De Nirang Gitan Ni Kima Drupa Tawate De Chichir Shena Shepa Man Chaki Nyowo Ni Sunga La Kur Korndep
Good.
Sudrowe Gutan Tono.
Nice. Good job. Yay. But if there's a good teacher in the room, every time you get something right, they'll keep going with you until you get something wrong. Hello?
Changing thing.
Changing things. It means things that are at the mercy of their cause. Changing things. Cause and effect thing. And young drug.
And the emptiness.
Emptiness, basically, totality. If you say they have no qualities, if you say their lack of true existence means they have no qualities at all, which means growing things don't grow, something like that. Or emptiness, things are not empty of anything, or something like that. Or then you are seeing that these two, Rangi Teniki Madrupa, they don't exist by definition. Yeah, by definition. You are seeing it that way. Why? Teacher Shina, Shepa Menche Ki, all of the wording from there down. What's he talking about? All of the wording from there down. By the way, Brooks did a good job. All the wording from there down. What wording?
In the sutra?
Yeah, he's quoting the sutra. In fact, in a way, this most famous commentary on Chang'e ever written by Tsongkhapa, which, as I mentioned, if you're in the Geshe course, if you can recite this in the temple in front of all the Geshe candidates, you get a reward. It's a famous thing, like you get a new cloth seat or something before 6 years is expired. Okay, Shepa Mencheki. Ngoni Sumtala Kuran Defsu Dori Gyutsen Tendo. All of this wording in the original sutra is indicating the Gyutsen.
The
The reason why you would be underestimating all three of the qualities of the mindfulness, all three categories of existence. You would be saying they don't exist. And it's interesting because what they're saying is if you underestimate what emptiness means, you're refusing causation also. You got it? If you think emptiness simply means nothing, then you're also denying that seeds can grow trees. Okay, it's very interesting. It's an interesting section. Okay, I think so. Okay, Jacqueline's gonna choose the next victim. Gibson, Emily. Dun 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 dun.
Venerable Kadra.
Aw, I'll make fun. Okay,
Thank you.
we're gonna start here.
Mm.
You can do your own course if you want.
Rangi Tsani Ki Kiewa Tang Ngak Pa
That's prenasal. Did you ever
Mepar
have a guy in high school come up to you and say, I like your prenasal?
Mepar Sung Pa Tar Sukma
Locum swing. Again, locum.
Chen Wang La Cure Dep Su Gyurpa Church Shang Mila
Good,
Yang
good.
Kur Dep Su
Draw.
Drowa Shepard Chis
Cha.
Cha Te
Good.
Kie Ngak Rangi San Niki Ma Grupna Kie Ngek Me Par Gyurwa Luxo.
Nice. Very good. Let's go through and read the pieces here. Rangi Tenyiki by definition. Their own side. Okay. From their own side. The Buddha Sumba, past tense, Buddha pronounced that Kiewa and Gakpa
The starting and
don't
stopping.
come from their own side. Kiewa and Gakpa, starting and stopping, don't come from their own side. He said, they don't exist by definition. That's what the Buddha said. In which turning?
The second.
Second. Okay, he said that. Things don't start by themselves, things don't end by themselves. So, suna, young, suna, but if you take it literally, then you are kunda, you are underestimating, you are underrating the one of the three qualities called shenwan.
Changing
If
things.
you say Buddha meant to deny starting and stopping, then you're basically denying one of the three categories, which is changing things. Okay? If you overestimate his denial, and you say he said nothing starts and nothing stops, he said that, but that's not what he meant from their own side. Okay? If you think it means from their own side, then you're denying one of the three great qualities of the mind mystical, which is shenwan, okay, changing things. Sheer, therefore, and the big point he's making in this section, just so you can appreciate it, he wraps it up here because he's about to go to a new section. If you say nothing can start and stop on its own, then you are denying one of the three categories, which is changing things, changing things. And when you do that, when you do that, it becomes corn-dapping,
Underrating the other two.
Yeah, then you are denying the other two. And
Yeah.
that's the point I've been trying to make here. If you deny any one of the three, you're automatically denying the other two. It's very interesting, okay? If you say any one of the three doesn't really exist, then you're saying the other two can't exist either.
Geshe, why it is? So,
I don't know, it's a thing named and the thing giving it, and the name it's been given is itself non-existent, then how could you name emptiness? And you see what I mean? And stuff like that. And this is interesting. There's a system, Luke, which says that there is no starting, then there is no stopping, if they cannot exist from their own side. Okay? If starting and stopping individually cannot exist from their own side, then they don't exist at all. There's an idea that that's the case. If you tell me the pen is coming from me, then the pen cannot exist. Then it's not a real pen. Okay? If you tell me the last irritating person I met was a production of my own karma, seed in my own mind, then nothing's real. Okay? If you say the asshole in my life, which everyone has, I don't care what you say, is not coming from you, then what you're saying is the universe cannot exist. That's what the point he's making. That's what he's trying to say. If you deny that the last irritating person you met was coming from you, then you're saying the stars and the planets and my cat don't exist. And also, who's the orange cat? What's his name? Pumpkin doesn't exist either. That's Kiri's cat. My cat has a generic name called Key. Your cat's called Pumpkin. Everybody knows the real Pumpkin is my second grandson. All right. Who's next? You get to choose.
Venerable Cutting.
Okay, thank you. Very good job.
Thank you.
By the way, Vika came to Peachtree and invited me to Moss Spa. We're just trying to arrange the space where I don't get blown up. Okay.
Thank you for that.
You got the cursor.
Okay.
Cool.
Ngowo ni mepe suldetar yina.
Oh, Anatol's checking you.
He wa mepa sok kangla ngongne sungshena. Ndini ngowo ni mepa.
Okay. When you get to nga, and I remember learning this when I started, your tongue cannot touch any other part of your mouth. It has to come from a closure in your throat.
Mhm.
Well,
Ring a bell.
Yeah.
yeah, good.
Ring a.
Good.
Okay.
Whoa.
Dingo wo
Nice.
ni me pa tang po tang tamala yong ne sung te. De yang tang poni ngyo
Go.
gong ne nge.
Oh, we're here. Gonga.
Oh, I skipped a line. Yeah, I skipped a whole line.
That's it. It goes faster.
Pony ngojele de la teni ngowo ni mepa ni la ngona ne ngachu nye chu tam chema kepa ma ngakpa zoma ne shiwa rangshin gi yong su ya gen
Yeah, youngin.
Yang Yang Le De Pao She Ten To.
Nice. So, how do you change a verb in English to past tense normally? ED. You
ED.
know, I went into the store. So the same is true in Tibetan, actually. If you add a secondary S or a secondary S will normally change it to a past tense. And a secondary D will change it to a past tense, similar to the English ED. You know, I asked him. So ED makes the past tense. Then in the ancient Tibetan, there was a D to indicate past tense. And it dropped out. But still, by the rules of grammar, the next letter, if it's a conjunction or some kind of what do you call it, period or colon or something,
Particle.
if it's a particle, it must match the D. So you get cases where the word ends in N, but the particle after it starts with T or D. You know there was a
Secondary.
in ancient. And when you find really ancient manuscripts, you find the D there. Okay, so that's what we have at the end here. That's why it doesn't say then. No. If the word ends in N, the terminator particle should be no, but it's to. And if you're curious, which you weren't, just kidding. It should have been no, but when it's to, it means that the author is what do you call it? The author is literate. The author understands the ancient language. So we got here some kind of the most literate author of all Tibet history, which is Tsongkhapa. And so he correctly says Tento, which means taught. That's good. Awesome. She's not even an native English speaker. Okay. So don't go anywhere. You're not through yet.
Oh no.
When we put the torture machine on, you have to stay until it breaks the end.
Okay.
Me. Omoni means essential nature. Me, what's me mean?
Not.
Yeah. Doesn't exist. Things have no essential nature. So means the way. What's the famous Sutrim? The way of rules. Trim means rules. What's a Timkang?
The lawyer.
Courthouse?
Courthouse. Yeah, a law house. Chin means law. Sutrim means morality. Okay. So Tsu means the way you should act. Okay. So how is it that things have no essential nature? How is that? Detayana, if it's the way you think, which is always the other guy's always wrong. This is a nice, it's the same case in our real life, where the other person's always wrong. Detayana. Somebody said, look, if you're giving all these fancy explanations, that every idea I have cancels one of the three characteristics, which then cancels the other two by definition almost. You know, then how am I supposed to take it when the Buddha says, "Kiwame"?
Things start.
Nothing ever starts. How do you want me to take it? If I've been taking it wrong, if I understood the Buddha mistakenly when he said nothing starts, how do you want me to understand it? Okay, which is a reasonable question. Okay, Kiwa make us so Hangagong.
Whatever true intent.
Yeah, what are they trying to say? You know, what was it? What was the real meaning? What was the real intent? What was the real intent? Gong means what was the real intent? Sung. Why did Buddha say that kind of stuff? You know, why did Buddha say nothing really exists? You know, if he didn't mean it, what did he mean? Shena, Shena, Shena.
If you understand, if you know.
By the way, Gibson, is this a misspelling? Should it be Shena?
Yeah, Shena is quote. Someone
No,
quote the.
After the song with an S on the end, it becomes Shena.
Oh.
Yeah, after an S, She changes to She. Required. Okay. Uncle word is correct for the first time this week. At least that's what I heard from Sushumna. This is talking about Moni Mepa, which basically means emptiness, no essence. Okay. He says there's a Dambo and there's a Tama.
The first one and the latter one.
Yeah, there's a first lack of self-nature and there's a third lack of self-nature. In this conversation, we have three characteristics. First and the third have no nature of their own. Okay, that's what he was talking about when he said nothing exists really. Okay, only the first and the third. Now let's talk about the first of the three, because we don't even know which one he means. Which is the first of the three characteristics he's talking about? Gongdel says, Dode Gongdel.
Whatever.
Don't forget this is a commentary on a sutra where the Buddha was asked by his student, did you really mean it when you taught the Heart Sutra and the Dhammapada Sutra? That's called Dode Gongdel. Sandinir Mochana Sutra. Okay? What I really meant. Mochana comes from moksha, and it means to liberate the true meaning of what he meant. Okay, which ultimately relates to mukha, which means the mouth of a dog. Okay, I was thinking when I said saints didn't exist really, I was talking about seni ngoni mepa ni. What's that mean, Gibson? Yeah, he's only talking about that one.
That
Which
one.
Which one of it? When I said it didn't have any real existence, which one of the three was he talking about?
The changing thing, right?
Okay, right? Okay. That's why I said I was only thinking of the three characteristics. I was only thinking about the emptiness one when I said Chetamje Makepa Makapa Sumane Shiva Ranching Yongsan. Okay, these four, he keeps repeating these four. It never kepa started, it never gakpa.
Never start.
It is Shiva, Shiva, Shanti.
Peace.
It is peace from the beginning. From Sumane means from time with no beginning. It's a beautiful expression that we don't really have in English. It's been these things never started, these things never stopped. They have been total peace from time with no beginning. And they have gone beyond grief by nature, which means they're empty. Okay, they are nirvana-sized.
Interesting.
They've been nirvana-sized. Okay, that'd be nice.
Yeah, nicely put.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, but that's what the book says. Yay. Okay, I'm cutting this to pick the next victim, which is a rare pleasure. After you've suffered for 5 minutes.
Thank you.
It's
Miss
it's ti-
Sarah.
it's time, Geshe.
Oh,
Yeah, we've hit 5 o'clock.
No, Nick, am I supposed to stop and Gibson's supposed to have a conversation now?
Yes, exactly, sir. Yes.
Okay, well, just tell me to shut up.
No way.
Hey,
Hey,
Geshe, can you give me
Gibson.
the next work?
Go for it, Gibson. My grandpa's gonna take a nap.
Okay. Which paragraph should I translate?
No, you're supposed to lead a conversation about how you can use, oh, you mean next time?
Yeah, next time.
Paragraphs are a small book. These are Tsongkhapa paragraphs. To make you suffer completely, I would say the next 3 sentences, which is a half of a book. Okay, so Deichi Chin, Kundag Lake, and Kenga Dandam. Okay, those 3.
Okay. Thank you very
Right.
much.
You're grown-up translator now, you guys. Stop here. What's the date today for?
427.
Happy birthday, nameless. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go sit down. Good night.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So anyone who want to volunteer to share what did you learn and how you can apply to your
Yeah, we have lots of our SCIM students and some graduates here today, so maybe they can come up with some ideas, practical, anything that we heard. Not me.
not you. All right. So I will share for a couple minutes, 1 minute. Then anyone who comes up with an idea, you can share with yours. It's kind of fascinating that even we couldn't take the face value of whatever Buddha tried to talk. And at the very beginning, I started to wonder why he purposely taught something which is wrong. And it changed my mindset that in the future, whenever I read the book, I will always take into my mind and mannerate, is that really what he mean when even when he said this is what he means. So it's kind of cool. And how can that bring into our daily life? I think we can start to practice with our wife and our husband, right? Let's say you don't watch please don't wash the dishes today because you are broken a lot of dishes. And is that what he really means, or he have another deeper meaning? I don't know if your father or your mother ever treat you like that when you are really not naughty when you are young. Okay.
I was just flashing on how everything, I mean, I can use this in every single moment of the day because every single thing that appears to me is lying to me, right? It appears as one thing, but it exists in another way.
When you say one thing, what do you mean?
Things appear to exist from their own side.
Oh. Yeah, it in one of the paragraphs, they say that if things doesn't exist by their own side, then they don't exist.
Well, then what am I looking at? To me, that's such a stupid thing to say because I'm looking at something. Yes, it exists.
Yeah.
This doesn't exist the way I think it does.
I was reading the angel debates the devil, and one of the mistaken meditation, they say the devil is mocking to the angel. He say, you have been talking for a long time. You want to escort me out of my mind, out of the mind, but you cannot even distinguish between the mepa and non-mepa. That nothing exists, and the lack of misunderstanding of a system. These two are different. So it remind me the book I read yesterday. They say that if thing doesn't exist, then nothing doesn't come from its own side, then nothing exists. Anyone? What do you learn today? Dodo.
Thank you. I was talking to a friend of mine. I was debating with a friend of mine about how emptiness exists, and my friend and I both had a period of time during which we thought that the emptiness, which the Heart Sutra describes as some kind of universal big emptiness, which exists from and by itself, but that's a kuntak, right? That's something that's only imaginary. Because like what we learned from today's text, I think if one of the three things doesn't exist at all, the other two can't exist at all. And it applies to emptiness and manifestation, right? If you're saying that there can be an emptiness that exists by itself, not depending on manifestation, then we are kind of making the same mistake. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Thank you.
Oh, excellent. So if you want to name one thing, for example, the cup or anything, then if you don't have the foundation, how can you name something? And also they say if you don't have an imaginary thing, the part I don't understand is that they say if you don't have imaginary thing, how can the other two exist? Because what I understand in my own school, they accept the changing thing and the yongzhu, the emptiness thing, they are exist, but the imaginary thing they are not exist, right? And is my understanding wrong?
Imaginary things don't exist, right? The things
how
that
can I apply to today's conversation when they say if one of the three doesn't exist, then the other two doesn't exist?
That's a deeper question.
How could you name a changing thing?
How can you name the changing thing?
How could you name a changing thing if there were no kuntaks?
How can you name the changing thing? Okay.
Yeah. Venerable Pala, do you mean that those concepts, those conceptual thoughts, which imagination consists of, they do exist? Well, not from their own side, but they exist and have a function. Right? Do you mean that?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So without those conceptual thoughts, there can be no emptiness or a dependent phenomena.
Right. If we couldn't conceive of it, then how could there be Youngdru? if we couldn't conceive of totality, how could there be totality?
So you're talking about it in the sense of
I think I could be all wet. Most likely I'm all wet.
okay. Yeah. Okay, so you're talking about it in the sense of existence. Like if you don't have these thoughts with which you perceive things with, how can things exist, right? Or according to its definition, right?
I'm not sure about by definition, but
According to the definition of existence by a certain school.
yeah, perceived with an accurate perception. That which is perceived with an accurate perception. Mind only accepts that, right?
I think so. So are we saying that without those conceptual thoughts, there's no way to perceive anything at all?
As what it's being called. Like there's word labeling things all the time, and totality is a label, Shenwang is a label.
So you mean that if we couldn't
Those are
label the totality, then they don't exist?
I'm sorry?
If we couldn't label the totality, then what you say is they don't exist.
That's what I'm positing. I'm not like 100% married to it. But I'm trying to figure out, like, what is it that they're saying when they say that if any one of the three don't exist, then neither do the other two.
Well, without Shenwang, there definitely cannot be Gundang. This, I'm pretty sure about that, because you got no foundation to project or label on, right?
Well, actually, I kind of would question that one, because we do have Kun talks about things that do not exist, like sky flowers.
Last time we are talking about that when you are taking an airplane and somebody give you the water, that water doesn't come in from how you treat other people. That's also the Gunda, the one that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that is Gurdev, which is labeled on top of that functioning glass of water, which comes from our own seeds. But that has a she, right? That has a foundation. How about the flower that grows from nothing in the sky? That's a good question. I mean,
this idea coming to my mind is the Gunda similar to the Middle Way school, like the Gakcha.
Gunda,
the thing that we are trying to.
Yeah, maybe, but it's. Well, in a sense, right? Yeah.
I don't
know.
Yeah,
but if you take it to the real life, that last time we are talking about if you see a sound and if you know the fact that sound is changing, then you will clear your understanding about original. You think that if you only observe the sound, it doesn't help you. But if you observe the sound is changing, it will help you to get a deeper understanding about the sound.
Yeah, it will help you get rid of the wrong idea that sound is unchanging, right?
Yeah, so we need these three, right? Because we need something like have imaginary and subtract from the every changing thing, and we meditate or we thinking about that, then that will help us to have a conclusion about the emptiness, and that is they are talking about that will help us. And if we take one of the three out of this equation, then in their position, how can you have this equation? If you don't have this equation, how can you have this kind of understanding?
So you're saying it is similar to that emptiness can be empty of nothing, right? You're saying that there has to be a gakja. We have to have a specific kind of emptiness, right? And that's similar to the relationship between Gundag and Yongzhu.
Yeah, I would say
Right.
we say like Xianwang is the water, and the Gunda is that water doesn't coming from how I treat other people. If you subtract that, then you have a conclusion.
Yeah.
About the emptiness. Then that will help you to closer to the emptiness. I don't know. All right. Thank you, Menabopala and Dodo. It's time for our superstar. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Good to see you, Gibson. And today is a special session because I happen to be at the airport. I was not planning to be at the airport, but today my sister was flying to France. And then, long story short, my dad asked me if I could drop her. So my mom and me came to the airport. Let me show you the picture. Thank you so much. And then I just stay because I will not have make it home by the time, but it's the first picture you can see. Thank you, Marina. And I have Pichiquino, but probably here is not much use. Yes, this was just a few minutes ago. That's my mom and my sister. And my sister is going to France, and we wish her the best on her trip, 2 weeks. The details may be disclosed later, but who knows? Okay, but let's start because today we have a special interview. Today I'm gonna do half of the presentation and then Chloe is gonna take over. So at 5:23, you guys have to stop me because I need to pass the ball. We're celebrating Anjali Nicole's birthday. That was today, actually. Today is her birthday, so happy birthday. Best wishes over there. And yeah, all the best in Rimroad. Thank you for helping with all the snacks for DCC translation classes. And tomorrow we also have the birthday. Our friend Pachi Coquet, happy birthday. Great producer for 5 Houses and father of Shanti, partner with Paulina. Best wishes over there. He's living in a beautiful place near Puerto Vallarta. Super, super cool area. All right, let's go. News, very hot news. Diamond Cutter Press is releasing this book both in paper and electronic. Now you can access it with following the QR codes. It's the teachings, some of the teachings Geshe gave during his 3-year retreat. Amazing, amazing teachings. Check it out. Follow the QR codes if you want to access the link to get the books. And next one, please. Yes, this is very cool. Just last night, I hear about this event that just happened with Innovation Retreats. They had an event in nearby Beijing in a mountain Wati. I don't remember the exact name, but there is a video that explains what they did, and they want to invite everyone to come because they're going to have a talk in 2 more days. So you get to come and see, but let's watch the video, please. First video. Thank you.
That was very fast.
Okay, let's try one more time. Marina is on controls. Thank you. What's going on? Time is, I'll say, running. A few days ago, Innovation Retreats just wrapped up a lecture in Beijing, where teacher Stanley, also known as Chen Tong Lao Shi, shared practical insights on how to apply the Diamond Cutter Sutra wisdom into modern life. Before that, Innovation Retreats successfully completed a site survey at Mount Wudai, about 4-hour drive from Beijing. For Geshe Michael Roach, Innovation Retreat upcoming event in June 2026. They went in an exploration, scouting trip, checking out the hotels and the surrounding environment. They found out that it's such refreshing and peaceful place where they are excited for everyone to join the event there. Now, in just 2 more days, they will have the same Diamond-Cutter Wisdom Lecture in Shenzhen on April the 30th, with both online and in-person options available. We want to invite you to learn more about AR upcoming journey and sign up for this wonderful event. This April 30th session is a great way to get a preview of what's coming up for the June 2026 AR event with Geshe Michael Roach. Thank you so much. I want to show the poster one more time. This particular event coming up in 2 more days, 3 depending where you are in the world, it's mostly aimed for Chinese-speaking audience. So I hear this time they are not having English translation, but in a way it serves as a preparation for the upcoming June 2026 event with Geshe Michael. That's going to happen there at I don't remember the name, YT or something, but I'll check it out and we will keep talking about it. For now, I want you to have the QR code, know that it's happening, and try to go if you can. I think it's going to be wonderful, but for Chinese language. All right, 2 more minutes to go, so let's use them wisely. Let's just do a quick review and see how far we can go. Next picture is to announce upcoming May events. Teacher Gail is going to Armenia. Probably she's already there or on her way. Best wishes over there. Hope we get pictures and some report once she's there. YSI having event in Thailand. Oh, well, that's another story. We have time for that, but she will do another event in Romania later. Next picture is, yes, Lady Niguma 1 in Thailand, about to happen soon. It's, I think, 2 weeks from now. Best wishes over there. Next is the Chinese poster. Excellent. And then just a reminder that Singapore event as well is coming up July the 3rd to the 5th. We have these QR codes for people who want to get more information. You can join the WhatsApp group, the Telegram group, and then you can get all the information you need to participate in this. It's a combination between leadership and innovation. Geshe will teach in a very innovative way over there. So you can check it out. We had a video to show, but you have seen it before. And very soon we will have Jenny Wong talking about it. So I think for now, let me see if there is something else to say. Well, you know about Malaysia too. And then October in Dragon's Head, big events of high houses coming up. But we'll talk about that some other time soon. For now, let's go with our friend Chloe and our special surprise guest, very successful event. I let her introduce him. Let's go with Chloe. Yay.
All right. Thank you, Juan, and thank you, Marina. Let's invite the special guest. This person has been hosting 3 consecutive events, and if you can take a guess, you can put it in the chat. But in the meanwhile, Mr. Bean, welcome.
Hi, Chloe. Hi,
Hello,
John.
Bean. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, happy to be here. Actually, we are in the SCIM step 2, and then this is also our time to join here.
Yeah, this is a great time. So let's talk about what happened. Let's see the first slide, please. And you
Thank
can
you for
remove.
inviting me to the Bitchy Good News. Yeah, yeah, it's we have 2 week very busy week. From April 16. Yeah, you can see Europe sharing first time in Vietnam. Yeah, we cooperate with YSI and Professor John Bradley and Professor Connie come to teach Vietnamese student. The first program Europe sharing is really great. And after we learn this, as you can see, this is a beautiful place. We also do the meditation on the beach Yeah. We after we learn this, these are very special. We learn how to share perfectly, and we practice this by all the team. We go to serve the people in Vietnam, to serve the shelter with 380 people, handicapped people, mental problem people. And I think that we should, see one video or a short video, right, Clay? So
Yes.
how we practice, how we share love with people, all our people from YSI, from ALL, we come to serve people. Please share with us the video.
Yes.
Ăn chưa? Chưa ăn hả? Hi, Cynthia, what are you doing?
Feeding the angel?
Feeding angel. All of us teach them for step and pen.
Yes.
Yes, please. So, Professor GB, what are you doing?
We actually just fed her. She can't really swallow. There's a lung congestion. It's just terribly hard for her to breathe.
I feel very honored to serve.
Wow, thank you,
Yes.
Mr. Bean. This was so touching. When I was editing the video, I feel my heart was open. So why did you have this event before your next event?
Actually, our group go to the shelter. We just want to practice how to share the perfect love with the people. You can see most of the people there, they are unable to serve themselves. And some of the light problem, light mental problem, they have to serve the very serious one. So when our team to come there, our heart broke, people open the hearts. And you can see Professor Connie, Professor John, and Sugang, Cynthia, and all serve them, very well. And most of them, we serve them for 4 years already. I will come there very often. So, that's how we practice the jewel of sharing. And the last event, the third event, we do the event for fundraising for ALL, Professor John Brady. We do it online, offline event, 800 people. Next slide, please. Yes, this is. And the event is we share is to support ALL to preserve the wisdom. Why we do that? Because we want to keep the wisdom to the whole world. And DCI Vietnam very honored to organize this and very successful. The feedback is very good, and we have raise a lot of money to ALL. And many of our friends here on this Zoom, they also join this event. So who's a Vietnamese to join the event can raise your hand, or you can press on 111.
Yes, yes, please share.
Yeah.
If you join, you can say 111 in the chat. And how many people were here, Mr. Bin?
More than 800 people to join this event, please.
Wow. This is amazing. Look at how the venue is packed.
Yes.
And
They
so
learn how to apply the ethic to their success business. And it's a one-day free event. We teach the business people how to apply our principle in life. And this photo, you can see myself and my mom. My mom
Yeah.
also joined to the event. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you, Professor John, and Professor Connie. They teach us very well.
Yay, that's wonderful. Your mom also joined. Wow,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Mr. Bin. I'm very impressed. You've done 3 events back to back, and all of them are having such a good turnout and making so much impact to the community. Thank you for being an example, and please continue your hard work, and let's rejoice the Vietnam team.